Imagine this. One moment you're enjoying a walk in your neighborhood, feeling fine, and the next, a hidden health risk changes everything, forever. Did you know that 99% of deaths after age 75 trace back to just 5 preventable causes? I'm Dr. Carter, and today, we're pulling back the curtain on these silent threats that claim countless lives. Risks most people ignore until it's too late. Heart disease, falls, respiratory issues, strokes, and cognitive decline aren't just statistics. They're real dangers stealing years from seniors across America, from bustling cities like Chicago to quiet retirement communities in Florida. But here's the truth. These causes aren't your fate. Many Americans over 75, like Susan from Texas, have taken small, powerful steps to stay strong, independent, and vibrant well into their 80s and beyond. The problem? By the time most notice something's wrong, fatigue, a stumble, or a forgotten name, their health has already slipped, leaving fewer options. The good news? You can act now to protect yourself and add years, maybe decades, to your life. In this video, we'll reveal the 5 leading causes of death after 75. Some will shock you, and share simple, science-backed tips to reduce your risks. These aren't just tips, they're lifelines to keep you active, sharp, and free to enjoy time with grandkids, travel, or morning coffee on your porch. Stick with us to the end, because your choices today could mean the difference between a life of vitality or one limited by preventable illness. Comment 1 below if you're ready to take charge of your health, and share your city to join our Elders Wisdom community. Let's dive in and discover how to live longer, stronger, and healthier. Heart disease isn't just a health issue. It's the #1 cause of death for Americans over 75, striking silently and stealing lives across the country. From the vibrant streets of Chicago to serene retirement communities in Florida, this relentless killer doesn't discriminate, claiming countless seniors every year. But here's the empowering truth. You have far more control over your heart health than you might realize. Today, we're diving into why heart disease is so deadly after 75, and the simple, science-backed steps you can take to protect your heart, stay strong, and thrive in your golden years. Understanding this threat is the first step to ensuring you can enjoy morning walks, time with grandkids, or quiet evenings on your porch for years to come. Your heart is a remarkable muscle, pumping blood tirelessly to keep you alive every moment of every day. Like any muscle, it flourishes with proper care and weakens when neglected. The challenge lies in its silence. Heart disease often hides until it's too late. Symptoms like fatigue, shortness of breath, or a general slowdown are easy to brush off as just aging. But these can be warning signs that your heart is struggling. Consider John, a 77-year-old retiree from Texas. John loved his daily routine of coffee and TV, dismissing his constant tiredness as a natural part of getting older. One afternoon, while tending his garden, a sharp chest pain stopped him in his tracks, signaling a near heart attack. His doctor revealed that years of unchecked high blood pressure and a diet heavy in processed foods had quietly damaged his heart. John's wake-up call is a story shared by many, but it doesn't have to be yours. High blood pressure, often dubbed the silent killer, is a leading driver of heart disease. Over time, elevated pressure strains your arteries, forcing your heart to work harder than necessary. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports that nearly 70% of Americans over 75 have high blood pressure, yet many are unaware because it rarely shows obvious symptoms. No pain, no discomfort, just steady damage until a heart attack or stroke strikes. This is why so many seniors find themselves in emergency rooms, shocked by a condition they didn't see coming. After his scare, John began monitoring his blood pressure with a home device recommended through his Medicare plan. Regular checks allowed him to catch issues early, preventing another crisis. Simple tools like these, available at most pharmacies, can be a lifeline for seniors. Diet plays an equally critical role. Decades of eating processed foods, think frozen pizzas, salty chips, or fast food, clog arteries and restrict blood flow. A 2020 study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that diets high in sodium and unhealthy fats raise heart disease risk by 40% in seniors. But avoiding harm is only half the battle. Your heart needs nourishing foods to stay resilient. Leafy greens like spinach and kale, packed with vitamins and antioxidants, reduce inflammation and keep arteries clear. Omega-3 rich foods like salmon or walnuts support heart rhythm and lower cholesterol. Susan, a 78-year-old from Florida, lives in a retirement community and used to rely on microwave meals. After her doctor flagged high cholesterol, she swapped processed snacks for daily salads with spinach and avocado. Within weeks, she felt more energy and saw her numbers improve, proving small changes can yield big results. Lack of physical activity is another heartbreaker. Your heart isn't built to sit idle all day. Without movement, circulation slows, muscles weaken, and your heart misses the exercise it needs to stay robust. The American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate activity weekly, but you don't need a gym membership. A 15-minute walk around your neighborhood, light stretching, or chair exercises can make a significant difference. Robert, a 76-year-old from Ohio, spent hours glued to his TV until a heart scare prompted action. He started walking to his local senior center daily, not only strengthening his heart, but also finding joy in new friendships. A 2021 study in Circulation shows such activities can cut heart disease risk by up to 30%. Offering a clear path to better health. Stress is a less obvious but potent threat. Chronic stress raises blood pressure and triggers inflammation, putting extra strain on your heart. Many seniors, like Linda in California, face worries about finances or family. At 80, Linda discovered deep breathing and short meditation sessions, which helped lower her blood pressure naturally. Even simple relaxation techniques, like listening to music, gardening, or chatting with friends at a senior center, can ease stress and protect your heart. The biggest misconception about heart disease is that it's inevitable, tied to genetics or age. But a 2019 study in The Lancet revealed that lifestyle changes can reduce heart disease risk by up to 50% in seniors. You don't need drastic measures. Start with small steps. Add spinach to your lunch. Take a short walk after dinner. Monitor your blood pressure with your doctor or Medicare provider. Or try a relaxation technique. These choices aren't just habits. They're investments in a future where you can stay active, independent, and free from the shadow of heart disease. By acting now, you're taking charge of your heart's health and setting the stage for vibrant years ahead. Falls aren't just accidents. They're one of the most dangerous and overlooked threats to Americans over 75, capable of shattering lives in a single moment. A misstep, a dizzy spell, or a slippery floor can lead to broken hips, head injuries, or a cascade of complications that rob seniors of their independence. From the sunny retirement communities of Arizona to the bustling suburbs of Ohio, falls send millions of seniors to emergency rooms each year. And for many, they mark the beginning of a decline they never fully recover from. But here's the empowering truth. Falls are not an inevitable part of aging. Now we're uncovering why falls are so deadly after 75 and the practical science-backed steps you can take to stay steady, safe, and independent. By acting now, you can protect your mobility and continue enjoying walks with friends, gardening, or time with your grandkids. The danger of falls lies in their suddenness and the body's reduced ability to recover. As we age, balance, muscle strength, and reaction time naturally decline, often so gradually that you don't notice until it's too late. A fall might seem like a minor stumble in your 50s, but after 75, it can mean a fractured hip, a concussion, or worse. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths among seniors, accounting for over 3 million emergency room visits annually. A hip fracture, for instance, can lead to months of immobility, increasing the risk of infections, blood clots, and even pneumonia. For many, it's the moment they lose the ability to live independently, moving from their beloved homes to assisted care. Yet, despite how common falls are, most seniors don't take prevention seriously until they or a loved one experience one firsthand. Consider Margaret, a 79-year-old from Arizona. Living in a retirement community, she loved tending her small garden and hosting neighbors for coffee. One evening, she slipped on a loose rug in her living room, fracturing her wrist. The pain was bad enough, but the fear of losing her independence was worse. Her doctor explained that weakened leg muscles and poor balance had made her vulnerable. Determined to stay active, Margaret started doing chair squats, simple exercises where she stood up and sat down using a sturdy chair for support. Within weeks, she felt stronger and more confident, able to move around her home without hesitation. Margaret's story shows that falls don't have to define your future, but prevention starts with understanding the risks. One major cause of falls is the natural decline in balance and muscle strength. After 75, the small muscles in your feet, ankles, and core that keep you steady weaken without regular exercise. A 2020 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors with poor balance are 30% more likely to fall, often during everyday tasks like reaching for a shelf or stepping off a curb. Simple exercises can reverse this trend. Chair squats, standing leg lifts, or even practicing standing on one foot for a few seconds daily can strengthen your legs and core. Many senior centers across the U.S., from California to New York, offer balance classes tailored for older adults, often covered by Medicare Advantage plans, making it easy to get started. Your home environment is another critical factor. Loose rugs, dim lighting, and cluttered walkways turn familiar spaces into hazard zones. The National Institute on Aging reports that 60% of falls happen at home, often in bathrooms or on stairs. Simple fixes can make a big difference. Secure rugs with double-sided tape, install bright LED lights, non-slip mats in the bathroom, and add grab bars in bathrooms. Dorothy, a 76-year-old from Ohio, avoided a fall by adding a grab bar near her shower after a near miss. She also replaced her old bulbs with brighter ones, making her home safer for nighttime trips to the kitchen. These small changes, available at any hardware store, can mean the difference between staying independent and facing a life-changing injury. Medication side effects are a hidden danger. Many prescriptions common among seniors, like those for blood pressure, anxiety, or sleep, can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or low blood pressure, increasing fall risk. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Medicine found that seniors taking multiple medications are 25% more likely to fall. If you've ever stood up quickly and felt lightheaded, it could be a warning sign. Robert, an 80-year-old from Texas, experienced dizziness from his blood pressure medication. After consulting his doctor, he adjusted his dosage and started rising slowly from chairs, which eliminated his symptoms. Talking to your doctor or pharmacist about your medications, especially through a Medicare-covered review, can ensure they're not putting you at risk. Fear of falling is another trap. After a close call, many seniors limit their activity, skipping walks, avoiding stairs, or staying seated more often. But this creates a vicious cycle. Less movement weakens muscles, which increases fall risk. A 2019 study in Psychology and Aging noted that 40% of seniors reduce activity due to fear, doubling their chances of falling. The solution is to stay active and confident. Gentle exercises, like those offered at AARP-sponsored fitness classes, and home safety upgrades can help you move without fear. By addressing balance, home safety, medications, and fear, you can significantly reduce your fall risk. These steps aren't just precautions. They're investments in a future where you can live actively and independently, free from the threat of a life-altering fall. Breathing is something we take for granted until it becomes a struggle. But for Americans over 75, respiratory diseases like pneumonia and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, are among the leading causes of death. These conditions can turn a simple cough or shortness of breath into a life-threatening crisis, sending seniors from vibrant retirement communities in Florida to hospital beds in Ohio. Yet, these diseases are not an inevitable part of aging. I'm your name/Dr. Carter from Elders Wisdom, and today we're exploring why respiratory illnesses are so dangerous after 75, and the straightforward, science-backed steps you can take to keep your lungs strong, your breathing easy, and your independence intact. By acting now, you can ensure you have the breath to enjoy walks with friends, gardening, or cheering for your grandkids at their games. As we age, our lungs lose some of their efficiency, making it harder to fight off infections or cope with chronic conditions. A minor cold that was once a nuisance can escalate into something far more serious. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, respiratory diseases account for over 15% of deaths among seniors, with pneumonia and COPD being the primary culprits. Pneumonia, often triggered by a simple cold or flu, can become deadly for older adults whose weakened immune systems struggle to respond. COPD, which includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis, narrows airways over time, making every breath a challenge. The American Lung Association reports that COPD affects over 12 million Americans, many over 75, yet its symptoms, chronic coughing, wheezing, or breathlessness, are often dismissed as just getting older. Ignoring these signs can lead to hospitalization or a permanent decline in health. Take Robert, a 76-year-old from Ohio, a retired teacher. He loved his daily routine of reading and visiting his local senior center. But over time, he noticed he was short of breath after climbing stairs, and a persistent cough made nights restless. Assuming it was age-related, he delayed seeing a doctor until a severe bout of pneumonia landed him in the hospital. His doctor diagnosed early COPD, worsened by years of exposure to secondhand smoke and poor indoor air quality. Determined to regain his strength, Robert got a flu shot to protect against infections and started light yoga classes at his senior center, which helped open his airways and improve his breathing. Within months, he was back to his routine, feeling more energized and confident. Robert's story shows that action can make a difference, but prevention starts with understanding the risks. One major risk factor is a weakened immune system, which makes seniors more vulnerable to infections like pneumonia. The CDC notes that over 50,000 seniors die annually from pneumonia, often because what starts as mild chest congestion spirals into a life-threatening condition. Vaccinations are a powerful defense. Flu and pneumonia vaccines, often covered by Medicare, significantly reduce the risk of severe infections. Dorothy, an 80-year-old from Arizona, avoided a hospital stay by getting her annual flu shot. When a cold swept through her retirement community, she recovered quickly while unvaccinated neighbors faced complications. Checking with your doctor or Medicare provider about vaccination schedules can be a lifesaver. Yet many seniors underestimate this simple step. Poor air quality is another hidden threat. Years of exposure to pollutants, dust, secondhand smoke, or urban smog take a toll on the lungs. Even indoor irritants like mold, pet dander, or chemical cleaners can worsen breathing problems, especially for those with COPD or asthma. A 2020 study in Chest Journal found that poor indoor air quality increases respiratory symptoms by 25% in seniors. Simple changes can help. Use an air purifier available at stores like Walmart to filter out allergens. Ensure good ventilation by opening windows when weather permits, and avoid smoking or exposure to smoke. Susan, a 77-year-old from California, noticed her wheezing improved after installing an air purifier in her apartment and keeping her windows open during mild days. These adjustments, paired with regular dusting, made her home a safer space for her lungs. Physical activity is crucial for lung health. When you sit for long periods, your lungs don't expand fully, allowing mucus to build up and increasing infection risk. The American Thoracic Society recommends regular movement to keep lungs functioning well, even for those with respiratory conditions. A daily 15-minute walk, light stretching, or chair-based yoga can strengthen your respiratory muscles and clear airways. John, a 79-year-old from Texas, struggled with COPD until he joined a senior fitness class covered by his Medicare Advantage plan. The gentle exercises helped him breathe easier and boosted his stamina for daily tasks. A 2021 study in respiratory medicine showed that regular activity reduces COPD symptoms by 20%, offering a clear path to better lung health. Neglecting early symptoms is a common mistake. Many seniors brush off coughing or shortness of breath, assuming it's normal for their age. But a 2019 study in the Lancet Respiratory Medicine found that early intervention for respiratory symptoms can reduce hospitalization rates by 30%. Regular checkups with your doctor, especially if you notice persistent symptoms, can catch problems before they escalate. Simple tools like a peak flow meter, available at pharmacies, can help monitor lung function at home. By prioritizing vaccinations, improving air quality, staying active, and addressing symptoms early, you can protect your lungs from the devastating effects of respiratory diseases. These steps are not just precautions, they're investments in a future where you can breathe freely, stay active, and live independently, unburdened by the threat of a preventable illness. A stroke can strike without warning, transforming a vibrant life in an instant. And for Americans over 75, it's one of the leading causes of death and disability. In mere seconds, a stroke can steal your ability to speak, move, or live independently, leaving families from bustling Chicago suburbs to quiet Florida retirement communities grappling with its aftermath. Yet here's the empowering truth. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. I'm your name/Dr. Carter from Elder's Wisdom. And today, we're diving into why strokes are so devastating after 75, and the practical, science-backed steps you can take to protect yourself, stay sharp, and continue enjoying time with loved ones, morning walks, or your favorite hobbies. By acting now, you can significantly reduce your risk and safeguard your independence for years to come. A stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is suddenly blocked or a blood vessel bursts, starving brain cells of oxygen. Within minutes, those cells begin to die, causing damage that's often permanent. Some strokes are mild, leading to temporary confusion or weakness, while others result in paralysis, speech loss, or complete dependence on others. Tragically, many are fatal. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reports that strokes claim over 150,000 American lives annually, with seniors over 75 at the highest risk. The scariest part? A stroke rarely offers a second chance, making prevention critical. But the good news is that your daily choices, how you eat, move, and monitor your health, can dramatically lower your risk, keeping you active and free from this life-altering threat. High blood pressure is the single biggest culprit. Over time, excessive pressure weakens arteries, making them more likely to rupture or become blocked. The American Heart Association notes that 75% of seniors have high blood pressure, yet many are unaware because it's a silent condition. No pain, no obvious symptoms, just steady damage until a stroke strikes. Linda, a 78-year-old from California, narrowly escaped disaster. Living in a coastal retirement community, she loved her daily walks but ignored her fatigue, assuming it was age-related. A routine checkup revealed dangerously high blood pressure, putting her at risk for a stroke. Her doctor advised cutting salt and monitoring her heart rhythm, as irregular beats could signal trouble. By swapping processed snacks for fresh veggies and checking her blood pressure at home, Linda brought her numbers under control, avoiding a potential catastrophe. Her story shows that awareness and action can be life-saving. Irregular heart rhythms, like atrial fibrillation, AFib, are another major risk. AFib causes blood to pool in the heart, forming clots that can travel to the brain and trigger a stroke. The National Stroke Association estimates that AFib increases stroke risk fivefold, yet many seniors don't know they have it. A simple electrocardiogram ECG, often covered by Medicare, can detect AFib early. George, an 80-year-old from Ohio, discovered his AFib during a checkup. His doctor prescribed medication to prevent clots, and George stayed active with daily walks, reducing his risk. Regular checkups, especially if you feel heart palpitations or dizziness, can catch issues before they escalate, offering a powerful defense against strokes. Diet and lifestyle play critical roles. Diets heavy in processed foods, salt, and unhealthy fats clog arteries and impair circulation, while inactivity allows blood to thicken. A 2020 study in stroke found that seniors with poor diets are 30% more likely to suffer a stroke. Conversely, nutrient-rich foods like fish, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, support heart health and reduce clot risk. Leafy greens, berries, and nuts lower blood pressure and inflammation. Dorothy, a 77-year-old from Arizona, transformed her health by adding salmon and spinach to her meals after her doctor warned of high sodium levels. She also drank more water, a simple habit that improved her circulation. staying active is equally vital. The American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate activity weekly, like brisk walking or chair exercises. Susan, a 79-year-old from Texas, joined a senior fitness class and noticed her energy soar, helping her heart and brain stay strong. Recognizing early warning signs is crucial. A mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack, TI, can cause sudden confusion, blurred vision, or slurred speech, often lasting just minutes. A 2021 study in neurology found that 15% of TIA patients suffer a full stroke within 3 months if untreated. Ignoring these signs, as many seniors do, is a grave mistake. Robert, a 76-year-old from New York, experienced brief dizziness but dismissed it. After a second episode, he sought medical help, and his doctor prescribed medication that prevented a major stroke. If you notice symptoms like slurred speech, weakness, or vision changes, call 911 immediately. Fast action can save your life. Cognitive decline, including Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia, is one of the most heartbreaking challenges facing Americans over 75, silently eroding memory, judgment, and independence. It's a gradual thief, slipping into lives in quiet retirement communities in Florida or bustling senior centers in New York, turning familiar tasks into daunting obstacles. Yet, the truth is powerful. You can protect your brain and significantly reduce your risk. I'm your name / Dr. Carter from Elders Wisdom, and today we're exploring why cognitive decline is so dangerous after 75 and the practical, science-backed steps you can take to keep your mind sharp, stay engaged, and continue enjoying conversations with friends, games with grandkids, or your favorite hobbies. By acting now, you can preserve your mental clarity and live independently for years to come. Cognitive decline doesn't strike overnight. It begins with subtle changes, forgetting a name, misplacing keys, or struggling to follow a conversation, that are easy to dismiss as just aging. But over time, these lapses can grow into serious difficulties, making it hard to manage finances, recognize loved ones, or make sound decisions. The Alzheimer's Association estimates that 1 in 9 Americans over 75 has Alzheimer's, and its impact extends beyond the brain. As cognitive abilities fade, so does the capacity to care for oneself. Simple tasks like taking medications, eating balanced meals, or noticing health changes become overwhelming, leading to risks like dehydration, malnutrition, or accidental injuries. The National Institute on Aging reports that seniors with dementia are 40% more likely to face health complications, often resulting in hospitalization or loss of independence, making early prevention critical. Consider George, an 80-year-old from Texas, a retired mechanic. He loved playing chess with his grandson and chatting with neighbors. But he started forgetting appointments and struggled with simple math, worrying he was losing his edge. A doctor confirmed early cognitive decline, but instead of giving up, George took action. He joined a local senior center's chess club, started calling friends regularly, and added brain-healthy foods to his diet. Within months, he felt sharper and more confident, able to enjoy his routines without fear. George's story shows that cognitive decline isn't inevitable, but protecting your brain requires understanding the risks. Lack of mental stimulation is a major factor. Just like your body, your brain needs exercise to stay strong. Without regular challenges, neural connections weaken, accelerating decline. A 2020 study in neurology found that seniors who engage in mentally stimulating activities like reading or puzzles are 30% less likely to develop dementia. Activities don't need to be complex. Reading a book, learning a new recipe, or playing card games at a senior center can keep your brain engaged. Dorothy, a 77-year-old from Ohio, started doing crossword puzzles daily after noticing memory slips. She found them fun and noticed improved recall, proving small habits can yield big results. Physical activity is equally vital. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, supporting memory and cognitive function. The Journal of Alzheimer's Disease reports that seniors who stay active, even with light exercise, reduce dementia risk by 25%. A 15-minute walk, chair yoga, or stretching can make a difference. Susan, a 79-year-old from Arizona, joined a senior fitness class covered by her Medicare Advantage plan. The gentle movements not only boosted her energy, but also sharpened her focus, helping her stay on top of her daily tasks. Many senior centers, from California to Texas, offer similar classes, making it easy to stay active. Social isolation is a hidden danger. Loneliness accelerates cognitive decline by limiting mental stimulation. A 2019 study in the Journals of Gerontology found that socially isolated seniors are 50% more likely to develop dementia. Regular interaction, whether chatting with friends, joining a book club, or attending community events, keeps your brain engaged. Robert, a 76-year-old from Florida, felt his memory slipping after losing his spouse. He joined a local AARP chapter, where weekly coffee meetups and volunteering lifted his spirits and sharpened his mind. Simple connections, like calling a friend or visiting a senior center, can be a lifeline for your brain. Diet plays a critical role. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins protect brain health, while sugar and processed foods increase inflammation. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that diets high in berries, leafy greens, and nuts reduce dementia risk by 20%. Linda, a 78-year-old from California, added blueberries and walnuts to her breakfast after her doctor warned of cognitive risks. She also cut back on sugary snacks, noticing clearer thinking within weeks. Drinking water to stay hydrated is another simple but vital habit, as dehydration can impair focus, especially in seniors. Ignoring early signs is a common mistake. Forgetting names or struggling with conversations may seem minor, but they're signals to act. Regular checkups, often covered by Medicare, can assess cognitive health and catch issues early. Tools like memory journals or apps, available through AARP resources, help track changes and prompt action. By staying mentally and physically active, socially engaged, eating brain-healthy foods, and monitoring changes, you can protect your mind from the devastating effects of cognitive decline. These steps are not just precautions. They're investments in a future where you can remain sharp, independent, and fully present for the moments that matter most. As we wrap up, let's reflect on the 5 causes we've explored: heart disease, falls, respiratory illnesses, strokes, and cognitive decline. These are the leading threats stealing lives after 75, but here's the powerful truth: they don't have to be your fate. Across America, from vibrant senior centers in Texas to cozy retirement communities in Florida, seniors are taking charge of their health with small, meaningful changes. You can too, starting today. Whether it's adding leafy greens to your dinner, installing a grab bar in your bathroom, taking a 15-minute walk, getting a flu shot, or playing chess with a friend, every step counts. These aren't just habits, they're investments in a future where you stay strong, sharp, and independent, free to enjoy morning coffee, grandkids' laughter, or a quiet sunset on your porch. Your health is your greatest asset, and the choices you make now can add years of joy and freedom to your life. Think Abu Tea your daily routine. What's one small change you can make this week? Maybe swap soda for water, check your home for tripping hazards, or call a friend to boost your brain. No one wants to dwell on aging, but ignoring these risks won't protect you, action will. So, take that first step and join countless seniors, proving that vitality after 75 is within reach. We'd love to hear from you. Comment below with your key takeaway from this video and your city. Whether you're in Chicago or Arizona, your story inspires our Elders Wisdom community. If this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the bell to never miss our tips for living stronger. Share this with a loved one to stay healthy together. Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.